Incredibly humbling experience to serve in a cause that's greater than yourself. And what they're in it for is part of this hall here, is the Constitution. And it says right in the preamble to the Constitution to provide for the common defense. And that's what we do.
That right there is Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, who will soon retire. He is the first person featured in a new series called The Warrior Class. It's a docuseries focused on telling the stories of those who serve this country. It is hosted by former Secretary of the Army under President Obama and former Pennsylvania Congressman Patrick Murphy. Secretary Murphy, he joins me now. Thank you so much, sir, for your service to our country in so many ways and for spending some time with us tonight.
Marla, thank you so much for all that you do. I appreciate that you wear red on Fridays for our deployed troops. It really means a lot. We have about 190,000 troops deployed right now in over 170 foreign countries. The fact that you do this every Friday means the world to me and my brother and sister veterans.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's truly my honor. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and if you saw behind the scenes, Secretary, all of my colleagues and coworkers, they've caught on, so it's a sea of red in the newsroom, so we're really proud of that. I appreciate you mentioning that. Okay, so let's talk about the docuseries, The Warrior Class. The first of two airs this Sunday right on Fox. What can people expect?
Well, it is a phenomenal docuseries. It takes you behind the scene of the old untold stories of great American leaders. Leaders like the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, who's my friend. We served in the Pentagon together. We served in combat together years earlier. Other folks like Alex Swirsky, who's on the board of Apple and IBM and JP Morgan. These are just great Americans who are trying to move the ball forward on behalf of all of us.
What inspired you to do this, or to want to be this and host it?
Well, Marla, I was blessed. I joined the Army when I was 19 years of age, was commissioned as an Army officer. For me, being a blue-collar kid from Philadelphia, I grew up in a row house. I was a first-generation college graduate. And to go and teach at places like West Point, and then for me to deploy to combat twice, I lost 19 men in my unit, which is why I got involved in political public service and was the first Iraq War veteran elected to Congress. But to tell the stories of my brothers and sisters, whose stories really have not been told of this generation. We just got done the longest wars in American history. We've asked less than 1% to serve. 78% of those of us who have served come from military families. I've done 2 deployments. My brother's done 2 deployments. You know, my grandfather served in World War II. My father served in Vietnam. My 2 uncles served in Vietnam. We need to make sure that we tell these stories of ordinary Americans that do extraordinary things, not just in combat, but when they continue the march, when they come back home.
The formal description of the show reads, the Warrior Class uncovers the military's distinct American story at a time when the civilian-military divide is bigger than ever before. Why is that divide bigger than ever before, and what can we do about it?
Yeah, well, it's not intentional. I mean, we've asked, you know, since for 50 years now, we've had an all-volunteer force. And I believe in an all-volunteer force. I want the person serving with me on my left and my right to want to be there. But the fact is that we have asked less than 1% of fellow Americans to serve time and time again. Some have gone to do 10, 12, 14 deployments. Every day, as you know, 22 of my brother and sisters take their own life by suicide. But that's the other side of the coin. What we try to also share, though, is that these are civic assets when they come home. We talk about veteranpreneurs, veterans who start their own business, create global iconic brands like Walmart, Nike, Comcast, GoDaddy, Enterprise Car Rental. These were all started by veterans when they came home. And, I'm trying to help my next generation of veterans to shine a light on the past generation, but more importantly, this current generation who have done so much.
Well, I love it, and I can't wait to watch it. So The Warrior Class airs, the first episode of this 2 docuseries airs this Sunday right after the early edition of the Fox 11 News at 5:30 right here on Fox 11. Army Secretary Patrick Murphy, thank you and your family. I'm so impressed by your history with our U.S. military. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you for wearing red to remember everyone deployed.
You got it. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and see you on Sunday.
Okay, look forward to it.